We talked about the Suns. Let's talk about the Bucks. Are the Bucks legit?
What?
What? Like in terms of like pure dominance, 15 and what do you mean? Like
Obviously.
well, I mean, we were gonna say at the beginning of the year they had a rough start. We weren't gonna, I don't want to sit here and be like, hey, they
Yeah,
were
I was never worried about that. I don't want to be looped into that. Just
Okay.
like the Lakers. I don't want to be looped into these.
Okay, I will say that
A team with Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chris Middleton, and Damian Lillard
we're not gonna talk about the fact that there was a real concern that like the rest of
There was no concern. There was no concern. Yes, they have weaknesses. One of their weaknesses, perimeter defense, and that's not going to be the reason that they don't make the playoffs or that they don't win a playoff series. Their perimeter defense.
I was just getting at that. Chris Middleton looked old. Brook Lopez looked old. I mean, Brook Lopez has turned it around. Bobby Portis is looking like himself. I mean, Marjon Beauchamp's making an impact. AJ Green's out there fucking playing, guys. And then you got Cam Payne actually looking like he had some sauce in him. And even though they had no Jay Crowder tonight, they were still able to go out there, put an impact on the floor. And even with Chris Middleton this season, Chris Middleton's shooting, only scoring 12 points a night on 34% from 3 and 46.
Terrible. So bad.
That's pretty. I mean, for Chris Middleton, like Chris
Middleton's terrible.
Are you being serious or like sarcastic? I can't tell you right now.
Being serious.
Okay, thank God. No. Because you went on the whole thing. You weren't worried about the Bucks, so I didn't know if.
Damian Lillard is.
No, I know, but I'm getting at that there was a legit fear when they didn't start. Like they've picked it up over the last month or like 2 weeks up to a month. They've really started to pick up steam. They figured it out, but there was a concern when the season started that, oh shit, like Chris Middleton isn't that good. Like some of the guys look older. Like, is Damian Giannis going to be enough? But it's looking like, yes, it is going to be enough if the other guys play, be background noise and know their fucking role. That there isn't a cause for concern is what I'm getting at.
Why can't the same thing be applied to the Suns? Why are people so easy on the Suns?
I mean, I felt like we weren't easy on the Suns today.
I don't know. Not today, but
looking back on like the beginning of the season, Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez being fresh were real swing factors in the Bucks playing well, and Brook Lopez being good as help. I thought the Bucks were going to win this game yesterday, so I mean I have thought that I was not like tweaking early in the season.
Brook looks fine. Brook looks fine, honestly. Excellent. Chris Middleton's the one who actually does not look like himself anymore.
Yeah, the flashes were there. I thought he had a couple tough buckets yesterday, but how many minutes do you have that pulled up? How many minutes did Chris play yesterday?
26, scored 14 points, had 7 assists, and 4 rebounds. Interesting thing about Chris Middleton this season, he is having some of his best assist ratio this year. He is actually playmaking a lot more than he has ever had in his career, especially in 21 minutes a night. He's pushing out 4.1 assists, which is almost like his career average. I think per 36, he's almost dishing out like 10 assists. And he's never done that in his career. He's basically the team's second point guard out there. So that is something that Chris Middleton's doing he's playing the least amount of minutes of his career. Which
is certainly by design. At this point.
Yes, has to be by design. He's not necessarily hitting his three-point shot at the best, but he's doing a great job of being this secondary facilitator, especially. They seem to be running the second unit through Chris Middleton. Like when Dame and Giannis sit, Chris is out there. It seemingly seems like they would have Chris and Cameron Payne on the floor at the same time a lot of the time. I personally would look at the deadline if there was somebody available. Chris Middleton might be somebody, like I don't know. He's just such a key cog to the machine, but I would look for someone younger, I don't know who, like, would you go...
That's an extra thing.
Yeah, but, like, would you go out... Okay, look at this. You can maintain cap flexibility and maybe not have to give up assets or barely any. DeMar DeRozan straight up for like Chris Middleton, then DeMar's expiring and you get his bird rights, so you can either re-sign him or you have cap flexibility to go get another guy. But I think they're over the tax So I don't know if they can extend a max contract. So that does become a problem. And maybe they want to keep Chris Middleton to be able to use his matching salary in the offseason.
Yeah, I don't know why I would trade for DeMar.
Just the thought that DeMar would give him another, I guess, maybe too many cooks in the kitchen and not good floor spacing. I mean, Pascal Siakam would give him the same problem. I guess OG Anunoby's the only guy worth trading for.
And they definitely won't ante up for that.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they would be able to give up.
They wouldn't. That's what I'm in agreement with that.
Marjan straight up.
It would have to be like a sign and trade in the offseason where they're like, hey, we'll sign OG and we'll trade you Chris Middleton and like Marjan and whatever young guys you want, like Ty Washington, and call it a day. But like, yeah, I don't see that possible either. But that's what I'm saying. Like, there isn't really anyone that they could upgrade from Chris, right? Unless you're thinking like Gordon Hayward, so you can have cap flexibility, but that's not really an upgrade.
They don't need. They're not. Chris isn't going anywhere, nor do they want him to, nor do they need him to. He's not going anywhere. He just had a major injury with a major surgery, and they've been slowly ramping him up, and they're going to slowly maintenance him all season because the regular season does not mean anything for this team. None of these 82 games mean anything for this team. You traded for Damian Lillard to win in the fourth quarter in the conference finals against Boston to get to the NBA finals and the NBA finals. And whatever Chris can do for me will help. But he's not going there.
Is Marlon Humphreys about to go, what do you call it? The best defensive back on the Ravens. Supposedly, Marlon Humphrey, number 44.
Yeah.
So Darius Wife's made. First off, Darius Slay's wife is so off, but suppose Darius Wife's is cooking meals for the defensive backs, and she's also like breaking news. Like, suppose she's liking all of Marlon Humphrey's tweets. Not that it matters, but like, it just got a notification about it.
On the Eagles.
Yeah.
See, on the Eagles, it's weird.
Yeah, she makes banana pudding for all the defensive backs.
That sounds so good.
I love banana pudding.
But why is she liking Marlon Humphrey's tweets?
Because I think she broke Ndamukong Suh signing with the team this morning.
But Humphrey's on the Ravens.
Yeah, and I think she's alluding that the Eagles want Humphrey and they're going to go get him